Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. I want you to listen intently. Listen. Do you hear something? Listen. Yes, it's the sound of Democrats scurrying, scrounging, clawing, begging for precious. They need precious. Oh, precious power. That toilet bowl flush that you hear is the Democratic blue wave. First of all, on May 30th, I already stated on RT, on television, Republicans are going to keep the House and keep the Senate. They're going to gain in the Senate. But now it's not even, Eric Neff, Yoga Party rhymes with Toga Party, 117 strong. Thank you. Can't wait to party with you all in November. Eric Neff, be here. Be here, Eric. And everyone, be here. November 6, 2018. It's going to be amazing. And the New York Times today, FBI to complete inquiry Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Wednesday is tomorrow. In fact, it's only hours away, with vote coming Thursday. Vote coming this week. This is an article. Washington FBI expects to complete its investigation to allegations of assault against Judge Brett M. Kavanaugh and deliver the results to the Senate as early as Wednesday. And Republican leaders said Tuesday they expect the vote to be on the nomination this week. I've read that Thursday McConnell wants the vote. So Wednesday, the FBI, well, it's not a probe. It's, well, what do you think? There are no witnesses there. All the witnesses that she claims were there, Ford, stated they were not there. Again, all the witnesses state that they were not there. Again, all the witnesses state that they were not there. There is, in a galaxy far, far away, there is no location, there is no time, there is no date, there is no understanding of how the person got to and from this location that does not exist. She could be telling the truth, but then again, so could Kavanaugh. But you know what? You're innocent until proven guilty. Thank God there was no actual like physical contact without clothes. No, I don't want to get too detailed because of YouTube policies. This makes a mockery of the Me Too movement because now women will be more reluctant to come out because everyone sees what's going on. Dr. Ford could be telling the truth, but the circus surrounding it caused by Democrats this circus caused by Democrats has discouraged people, women, discouraged people from coming up because they don't want to be linked to Brett Kavanaugh's accuser. Not that she's not telling the truth, but then again, Brett Kavanaugh stated, I'm 100% innocent. You cannot go back 37 years to a place that's unknown, to a time that's unknown, and say this happened with nobody there to corroborate. And then you go and you look at yearbook photos or yearbook entries. Everyone should be judged the way they acted in high school. You'd have nobody at work anymore. Everyone would be fired. Democrats take this absurd leap of logic, this insane leap of logic. You're a Trump voter. You're obviously not a bad person, but you're a supremacist, an enabler, a sympathizer. That's the logical extension. Well, you never did anything bad in your life, but you're a sympathizer with people who are insane because you voted for Trump. You're going to go eat something? No, we're going to make sure that you don't eat in peace, because if you don't eat in peace, you'll be less likely to vote for Trump. Brilliant. No. No, that's not the case. If you vote for Bernie Sanders, you're part of a Russian plot. Oh, and then Bernie goes ahead and doubles down on that myth that hurts him. And that's the left. Any deviation from groupthink. What's wrong with Kanye West? Make Kanye West Kanye again, says one Hollywood celebrity. Why don't you mind your own business, Hollywood? You're going to lose in the midterms. Republicans will keep the House and gain in the Senate. Brett Kavanaugh drank beer. Therefore, he is very likely, because people say, don't you know, they found people who don't like him. They found people who don't like Kavanaugh, and those people corroborate really bad things that he could have done. I heard it was like either CNN or MSNBC. They were like, people around Kavanaugh definitely confirm that their opinion is he could have easily done that. What? Sicko people. People around Kavanaugh 100% confirm, like the NSA is absolutely certain that it's moderately confident. The CIA is absolutely certain that it's highly confident. It doesn't have any evidence, but it's really certain. You better believe how certain they are that they're kind of sure. Hillary Clinton purchased that Steele dossier, but that the FBI is really certain that it could be important, so they started the investigation. The Democrats are stupid. You wouldn't even children, like, God bless children, they're more intelligent and they have more wisdom. And they're just kids, innocent kids, than the Democratic Party. It's absurd. You couldn't even, in kindergarten, you learn not to accuse people. In kindergarten, you learn not to take things that aren't yours. In kindergarten, you learn not to accuse people without any proof. Democrats say Trump colluded with Russia. How do we know? Because we purchased the evidence. You're a bad person. You're a sympathizer. You're an enabler. You're in all these things. How do we know? Because we can't tell you you're a bad person, but we have to use a euphemism to make the logical connection. Because obviously it's stupid to just call somebody Mussolini for no reason. You're not going to eat. You're not going to have that hamburger. Mad Dog Mattis. He's in the women's lingerie section. Get him. Get him. No. Trump bad. Trump bad. We kicked him out of Macy's. Mad Dog, you'll never come back to Macy's. Now change foreign policy. Become more neoconservative like Max Boot, who loves the Democratic Party. They're so stupid. Everyone is laughing at the Democratic Party, even Democrats. They know. Democrats know. They're like, I didn't know. We don't know if he's guilty or not. We don't know. We don't know. He could be guilty. We don't know. They know their treachery will lead to yet another loss. They're treacherous. The perfect word to describe Democrats. They are treacherous. Go ahead and get the guilty of or involving betrayal or deception. Traitorous, disloyal, faithless, unfaithful, duplicitous, deceitful, deceptive, false, backstabbing, double-dealing, two-faced, untrustworthy, unreliable. Can you get a better definition of Democrats? Can you get a better definition of Debbie Wasserman Schultz and what she did to Bernie Sanders? And even now Bernie Sanders is becoming treacherous in his own way. What do you call someone who enables people to hurt them? That's what Bernie's doing. Wingless Angel, we love you. Wingless Angel, thank you for watching. But now they're going to, and Democrats also are great at constantly picking the wrong battles. Why would you go ahead and discredit your already failed political party by sharing reports of how Brett Kavanaugh threw ice at people? And the logic of Democrats, if you accused a Democrat of throwing, and then let's not even get into Avenatti. Let's not even get into that whole thing. Just talking about it, like, momentarily would be against YouTube policies. So I won't even go ahead. That whole thing has not only been discredited, but what they're trying to do is, even Grassley's like, you know what? I'm not going to go ahead and this is like too much for even me. I've bent over backwards. I'm like the Mary Lou Retton of bending over backwards and forwards and twisting. And what more do you want? I gave you an FBI investigation on gossip. No, I'm not going to go for Avenant. No. In fact, you know what? Go ahead and write something. It's not credible. I'm not doing this anymore. You give an inch, they take a mile. You give your finger, you tell them to pull it. They take your hand. You take your arm. You give your hand, they get to take. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. The whole Avenatti thing's hilarious because Democrats have already made themselves irrelevant. And now you have people coming out of the woodwork for fame or whatever, and they're becoming the face of the Democratic Party. And then what is it? Cory Booker just said, it doesn't matter if Kavanaugh is guilty or innocent. That's great. That's fantastic. This is the logic. Check out the logic here. It is such a breakdown in Democratic logic. If you get anything from this segment, Democrats have no concept of just basic logic, reasoning skills, or they're acting.
So my hope is that just beyond the vicious partisan rancor that is going on, beyond
vicious partisan rancor that is only from the Democrats,
the accusations, we don't lose sight of what this moral moment is about in this country.
Moral moment?
We ultimately ask ourselves the question, is this the right person to sit on the highest court in the land?
Yeah, you have made this, Cory Booker and everyone on the Democratic side, you have made gossip, you have made allegations, not gossip, is one allegation, but it's not, there's no evidence to back it up. And then you've utilized gossip regarding Kavanaugh throwing ice, Kavanaugh's yearbook. You have weaponized a person's past that can't be linked to any criminal behavior. Where yearbooks cannot be linked to any criminal behavior. What you've done is you've criminalized the American experience. The American experience is yearbooks, parties, whatever. And you've said because he's experienced life as an American man, therefore he is guilty, or could be guilty, or possibly guilty, or whether he's innocent or not. Already questions have been posed. So do we really want this person? because Lord knows what we'll do to Amy Coney Barrett when she is either the replacement, well, she won't be because Kavanaugh will be confirmed, or she's on deck. Just imagine this moral moment when there's a woman there.
For a lifetime appointment, when their credibility has been challenged by intimates, people that knew the candidate well.
Their credibility has not been challenged by intimates. You found people who knew him, who didn't like him, or maybe knew him, or kind of knew him.
As a classmate, when his temperament has been revealed in an emotional moment.
Yeah, because if Cory Booker was accused of a crime he didn't commit, he wouldn't be indignant. You saw indignation from Dianne Feinstein. In a second, you saw her like, I didn't leak anything. I didn't leak anything. She was indignant. Nobody called her out on that. Nobody called her out on being it's called being not a psychopath. It's called not being a psychopath. That's,
Where he used language that frankly shocked a lot of us.
Oh, give me a break. This is hilarious. I mean, Cory Booker should go ahead. When you hear Pat Leahy, Senator Leahy, or Cory Booker, I call him Gramps. Well, looky here. Guess what we have? We have our own Kirk Gibson. Didn't think he could play, did you, Chucky? Well, he can. Don't throw the back door. Slider, that is. Get your mind out of the gutter, sick people. Oh, you're leaving, are you? You're leaving the stadium? Well, you better not, 'cause you might just hit it out of the park. Suzanne, Kavanaugh will be confirmed. God help any Republican who votes against it. Absolutely. And the red state Dems better think twice. I mean, you could get Manchin, you could get Claire McCaskill, Suzanne. But wouldn't that be hilarious? You get a little Manchin action, a little Claire McCaskill action. Don't believe the polls? Absolutely. Suzanne Yoke, absolutely. He's gonna, and they lost. They lost, but still, it's like. But let's finish this. Suzanne, thank you so much. And he's going to get confirmed this week, which will be hilarious because then Democrats will be like, well, what do we do now? Oh, Trump's taxes. Next scandal. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. He's a good president. He's a good president. You don't like his personality. I don't care. He's a good president. He's a better president already than Obama. He's a better president already than Obama. I'm going to write this down right now. Trump is already on Twitter a better president than Obama. Peace between North and South Korea, great economy, manufacturing, jobs, hundreds, over 300,000. I'm writing this down on Twitter. Net loss of 100. Nobody has destroyed Libya. That was Obama and Clinton. And, I'm going to I'm going to send this out. So, over 300,000 back to. So, okay, hold on one second. I'm just sending this right now. Trump is already a better president than Obama. Peace between North and South Korea. Great economy. Over 300,000 manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. Net loss of 300,000 8 years of Obama. Nobody has destroyed Libya. That was Obama and Clinton. It's true. I mean, it's just the reality is he's a better president. That's it. He's a better president. You can say, well, what about this? Yeah, is he perfect? No. We mustn't let perfect become the enemy of the good. It was President Obama who destroyed an African nation. Exactly that guy. Exactly. That guy, meaning person in the live chat named that guy. That person, President Obama, that president. Everything you don't like his personality, that's one thing. If you don't like his personality, nobody cares. Can you believe people are like, I've never seen a president who acts in this manner? I don't care. What do I care? That's all they're like, well, if he acts this way, he's representing this, he's representing that, he's representing this, representing that, representing this, representing that. They can't say anything bad about Trump. They can't say. He has 2 Supreme Court nominations. People are going to forget about this. This Kavanaugh debacle caused by Democrats, people are going to forget about. And he's going to go ahead. He's going to rule. He's going to, have his opinions on decisions and everything. Trump's a better president. He's already a better president. And people should just realize, like, that is just the reality. The reality is that he's a better president. Now, is he perfect? Is he everyone's cup of tea? No. Does he fit progressive? Does he fit conservatives? No. He's his own thing. Even I would like him to tone down some of the tweets. Not 98% of his tweets, 95 I love. Maybe here and there, don't go after, try not to go after women on Twitter. Even though it's hilarious, but just I would say don't go after any females. But that's Trump. And people don't get it. They don't get that he's performing well as president. He is not this monster, racist, ogre, tyrant, madman. Extinction ritual. It's true. He keeps it real when he speaks. And he's exposing corruption. That's right. All these things. When Democrats lose on November 6, 2018, you're going to see an epic. You're going to see an epic meltdown on the left. They won't know what to do. They will not know what to do. And it's like, let's finish with Cory Booker, what he says. Okay, so.
It's language that frankly shocked a lot of us.
Do you ever get the impression that when Senator Cory Booker speaks, he doesn't mean anything he says? Like with Trump, like, yeah, he might go overboard a little bit, but it's hilarious. But he pretty much means everything. Trump's like just like a normal, like a regular guy, and he's just like, he doesn't have to act. Sometimes he acts like every politician, but he generally is just himself. Feinstein doesn't act. She's just, an older lady, and she's just herself. Dianne Feinstein doesn't act. She does not act. There are others. There are other senators. The Democratic senators. There's no act. Dickie Durbin as acting. He's an actor along. Dickie Durbin and Dickie Durbin is with he's with Senator Booker right here in the C-SPAN. So this is C-SPAN.
And then ultimately, not whether he's innocent or guilty. This is not a trial, but ultimately,
not whether he's innocent or guilty. This is not a trial. What is that? I thought this was about his guilt. So who is giving them these talking points? What kind of stupid Democratic strategists? Erectus Maximus. The Dems have always used the rule of ruin. That's right. That's you. Rule of ruin? That's right. That's Newt Gingrich saying that. Tactic when they don't get their political way. Typical mentality of self-entitled elitists. Erectus Maximus, exactly. But what's happening now is that they're ruining themselves. They don't even get it. They're too stupid to realize. They're too stupid to realize they're ruining themselves. Yeah, I'm all for it. Let them just keep descending into madness. Brandon Wolf, enough is enough. It's time for a change. Kick out the line bags in MAGA all night long. Confirm Judge K. Brandon Wolf, he will. And you know what? We'll party this week. Brandon, everyone here. Erectus Maximus, everyone here. We'll party. We'll have a pre-party. Yeah. Stephen Haslam. The Democratic Party is a ship without a rudder. Absolutely. And it's heading, and there are icebergs everywhere. Stephen, thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. They are a ship without a rudder, and they don't understand that the media and the intelligence community are slowly slipping away from them. And I'm telling you, it's all Hillary and Bill Clinton. Once she gets indicted, and she will eventually, I was right about the election, 2016. I'll be right about midterms. I'll be eventually right about Clinton getting indicted. But once she gets indicted on a crime, that will be, the Democrats will then have to rebuild. And then they'll have a political party again that stands for something. We don't know what yet. We don't actually know what Democrats stand for. Because there's neoconservatives, the social justice warriors, identity politics. They build pipelines left and right, but they love the climate. Okay, they love the environment. Who knows what they stand for? Oh, they're marginally better. That's what I was told by one of my friends who've done. Well, we're better. I'm like, oh, marginally better than Republicans. Well, we're still better. Whatever. On the environment he was talking about. Stephen Haslam, thank you. Suzanne Yoke, Trump is the best president. HA has the best super chat. We are living the best economy. The Democrats are doing the best job at failing. Yeah. Life is good. Suzanne Yoke. They are doing everything possible to fail, and they're too stupid to realize. So just let them fail. They're too stupid to realize what they're doing. Look, this is Spartacus Socrates here.
Have enough questions be raised that we should not move on to another candidate?
No, not enough questions have been raised. You need evidence. You can raise questions about anyone. If you don't have evidence, it's called gossip and conjecture and innuendo. Yes, there has been an allegation made, but there's no evidence corroborating it. And you know what? Innocent until proven guilty.
And that long list put together by the Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Society, move on to another candidate, because ultimately the Supreme Court is not an entitlement. Just because.
What are you talking about? Feinstein leaked this last moment, or somebody leaked this. This is an overt attempt at stalling. An overt attempt, because they think they could win in the midterms, so they're not.
Because you went to Yale or were president of your class doesn't entitle you to the Supreme Court.
Okay, here we go.
This is a sacred institution.
Oh, yes. Tell us more about how sacred it is.
And the people that should be on it, whether you disagree with their political or judicial philosophy at all, the people who should be on the Supreme Court should preserve the integrity of the court and be beyond the reproach of these difficult partisan times.
Okay, Democrats are making them difficult partisan times. They're absolutely unhinged. And they can go, I mean, they only care about power. So they only care about power, and they're willing to ruin a man's life. Ruin, 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 destroy. Seek and destroy. Seek and destroy. They're willing to seek and destroy. They just want to seek and destroy. They don't care. This is not about this is an overt, and this is another thing Democrats do. They know they're playing a charade. We know they're playing a charade. They know they're playing a charade. They know it's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, the only thing they have is really bad acting. They're horrible actors. And they're going to get decimated politically and obliterated politically. November 6, 2018. Be here. November 6, 2018. It's going to be a party. Oh, what did I find out today? What was I reading today? What was I reading today? Oh, I know what I was reading today. What was I reading today? Oh, I know what I was reading today. GOP risks disaster. The GOP risks disaster with Kavanaugh midterms. Really? Really? They don't even realize that they're the ones who have already this is the hill. They're the ones who are already going to experience the disaster of what they've done to ruin someone's life based on an allegation that cannot be confirmed with evidence. They're like, well, we alleged, so therefore we have to stop the process. No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. Kavanaugh could help GOP. Oh, that's actually something that I agree with. Kavanaugh could help GOP. The whole debacle has helped GOP tremendously. You have angry. Yes, 2018 is shaping up to be another change election. NBC News, yeah, for Republicans to consolidate their power. This is so funny too, because they're documenting the propaganda fail. This is a propaganda fail. This is what's called a propaganda fail, which is basically everything the Democratic Party touch is a propaganda fail. I have a long list, and you've heard it, I'm sure, if you watch this channel. I have about 30 to 40 article headlines that are just hilarious. Do you want me to go ahead and read it? I'll read it. Fine. Well, hold on. There's some more. Voter registration data suggests longed for blue wave will crash over Republicans in November. Wow. Oh my God. But are you sure they're going to vote? That's up for debate. We'll find out. And when we find out, it'll be, it'll be a bigger shock to Democrats than the 2016 elections. It will be a bigger shock to Democrats. They won't know what hit them politically. It'll be the same. And you're gonna see people say, wait a second, why is, let's go ahead. Let me read this. This is under hilarious press. All right. I can't wait to read this on November 6, 2018. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Voter registration suggests Democrats' longed-for blue wave will crash over Republicans in November. NBC. These trends suggest Democratic midterm wave will be bigger. Will get bigger. New York Magazine. Politico. 60 GOP seats in danger. NPR. Democrats' 2018 primary turnout mirrors previous wave elections. Axios. President Trump's red wave prediction could sink GOP in 2018 midterms. University of Buffalo experts. Election forecasting model predict big House gains for Democrats. University of Buffalo. GOP heading for midterm wipeout as blue wave scenario gives Democrats a 12-point generic ballot lead. If this holds, that lead suggests a blue wave large enough to switch control of not just the House but also the Senate. CNBC. The 2018 midterm polls has Democrats up 14 points on Republicans. Vox. GOP braces for Democratic surge in November. Bloomberg. The midterms are still shaping up to be a bloodbath for Republicans. New Republic. All crystal balls say Democrats will gain in midterms. Bloomberg. Ahead of midterms, Democrats leading cash candidates and voters. NBC News. CNN poll. Democrats' midterm advantage holds among likely voters. CNBC. Democrats have a 70% chance of winning the House. Nate Silver's 538. A month later, Democrats have an 83% chance to win the House in 538. That was September 16th. Get over your election needle PTSD. The blue wave is real and it's a monster. All the fundamentals are pointing to a Democratic tsunami rumbling offshore. Even if we're being too careful about saying it, as with most elements of Trump's presidency, the most obvious thing is usually true. Nobody knows what that means. And what's staring us in the face is a big blue Democratic takeover in Washington. Vanity Fair. The Democratic wave is growing. CNN. There's zero evidence a red wave is forming. CNN. Blue wave may be building in Texas. The Hill. This was before San Antonio went red for the first time in 139 years, but let's continue. Is Democratic socialism the next big wave to watch in midterms? MSNBC. Axios. Democrats' blue wave could crash over the GOP agenda in Congress. MSNBC. Democrats now have double-digit lead in polls. Is the White House prepared for a blue wave? CNN. New York Times. The midterms are really looking good for Democrats. CNN. There are 119 House Republican members who should be very nervous. Newsweek. Will Democrats win the Senate in 2018? Latest polls suggest Republicans face threat of losing control in midterms. Dallas News. Can Democrats win in Texas? National contests show that 2018 is their best shot yet. It's going to be so rewarding to read this on election night, November 6th. Be there for the party. Democrats could gain as many as 44 seats and emerge from November's midterm election with control in the House of Representatives. According to a new forecasting tool. No, yeah, definitely a tool said this. How Democrats can turn a blue wave into a new majority. Signs grow for Democrats. Dem wave in House. GOP risks. Disaster with Kavanaugh in midterms. Yes, 2018 shaping up to be another change election. Ah, my goodness. Wow. That is just hilarious. That is hilarious. That's what we call...
The news is fake.
What did I just read, President Trump?
You don't want fake news. You are fake news. That was false and fake and never happened.
I agree. What about Democrats winning the House?
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
I agree. It won't happen. What about a blue wave?
All I can say is it's totally fake news. Just fake. It's fake.
I agree. It's fake news. Pat Gilmore, H. Hillary has a 5 trillion% victory. So, I mean, I need an air horn. The vote is going to be for Kavanaugh on Thursday. And I mean, then what? Then what do you do? What do Democrats do? Like, do they continue to talk about Avenatti? Does Avenatti come out with, more information? What happens? I want to know what happens. Maybe I should get an air horn. Watch, like I use the air horn and like the sprinklers. That would be fantastic. Like sprinklers go on and I get drenched. I don't know why it would, make sprinklers, turn on, but who knows? And you have Onderl. How good was the pun? Underl, thank you. I just, I tell you something. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm telling you, I don't know what they're going to do. I almost would feel sorry for them if they weren't so treacherous and evil. But I don't know what they're going to do come November 6th. I mean, what are they going to do? What can they do? What can they do? Do they ask Avenatti for more help? I don't know. Like what is it that they like? What do they go ahead and pontificate? And it's not just limited to them. It's like I have friends who lecture me. I'm like, what do you lost? What are you lecturing me? How can you lecture me? You lost. So how does that work? How does that work? How are you going to lecture me when you lost? How are you going to lecture people who actually won the election? How are you going to tell them what's right or wrong? So my tweet is doing well. Trump is already a better president than Obama. Peace between North and South Korea. Great economy. Over 300,000 manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. Net loss of 300,000 in 8 years of Obama. Nobody has destroyed Libya in Trump's admin. That's Obama and Clinton. Trump 100% better. So, I mean, what could they do? What could they do? Are they going to go ahead and talk about Russia? They can't talk about Russia. They can't talk about Russia. That's done. So the Mueller probe is done. That's like old news. That's stupid. That's about as like motivating that motivates people to vote as much as like, flatulence, which is a discussion, a topic that I guess Democrats are really into nowadays. So they can't talk about Russia. They can't talk about, sorry, Donnie. They can't talk about Russia. They're not going to talk about Bernie anymore because, you know, they're not going to talk about Bernie anymore because, well, they'll lose the election and then blame him. So then what are they going to do? They don't have any signature legislation. They don't have an immigration bill. They don't have an environmental law bill. They don't have anything they're said to stand for that they allegedly stand for. They don't have. I mean, they don't have anything. They don't have foreign policy. They want more. Kavanaugh will be confirmed this week. And, you know, and then when they get Amy Barrett, they're not going to know what hit them. They're not going to know what hit them. Amy Barrett is far more conservative. Far more conservative. Hold on, let's see. They're going to talk about Amy Barrett, Roe v. Wade. Favorite of social conservatives, but Democrats are already taking aim. This is the Los Angeles Times. They will lose the Catholic vote. They will lose votes in the Midwest if they try to attack Amy Barrett. They will lose female votes. Democrats, I mean, what Trump really can't. Oh, no. This is a Los Angeles Times article. White progressive parents and the conundrum of privilege. What does this even mean? What does this even mean? What does this even mean? Huh? How is any privilege a conundrum? Just, you know, enjoy. And if you give to charity and try to do right in your life, don't run over people drunk driving. Betorg. Thank God he didn't. Beto O'Rourke never ran over anyone. He's just arrested for drunk driving. Well, actually tried to flee the scene, I think. What does this even mean? Why would privilege be a conundrum? And how do you know privilege is just handed to you? What happens if you work for everything that you've been given or that you acquire? What if you do the right things? Like, for example, Asian Americans are being discriminated against by Harvard. Gee, that's so great of Harvard to discriminate against Asian Americans. Trump is right to side with the Asian Americans. Michael O'Connell, the one thing Trump has done to impress me, he taught the Republicans to fight stupidity with logic and to fight back. Exactly, Michael O'Connell. Exactly. And he's doing it like in his own way. And have you noticed, Michael, he's calmed down now. Trump is like totally calm. They're trying to get him to. Did you see, what's his name? The guy from CNN, he was like, I think you should call on a woman now. And then Trump's like, what does that even mean? Okay, fine. Yeah, no problem. He's like, but I mean, Asian Americans are being discriminated against by Harvard. That's insane. If Harvard is 95% Asian Americans, the country will benefit. No one should be discriminated against if they happen to work harder than everybody. And if Asian American students work harder than everyone, then they should go ahead and be represented in the best schools. You don't say no. You're not gonna be. There's too many of one ethnicity. That's insane. Trump was right about that, but no social justice warriors talk about that. Rhonda, Iowa girl. There's already a website dedicated to stopping her. Rhonda, Iowa girl. They will not stop Amy Barrett. It'll be a freight train. Amy Barrett will be. It'll be a freight train. It'll be a freight train. A freight train. They can't stop Amy Barrett. They can't stop. They can't stop her. They can only hope to contain her. She's like Michael Jordan. The dogma lives loudly within you. Okay, thank you, Feinstein. Conservatives and religious groups pounced on the senator. Yeah, saying her lack of religious tolerance. Could you imagine if someone said that about Jewish people or Muslim people? Or the dogma lives? No, that's insane. You can't say that. Amy Barrett will be in front of a committee. She'll be the third Supreme Court nominee, hopefully. And she'll say no. Roe v. Wade is set law, and go ahead and try to hurt me some other way. And they won't be able to hurt her. And they'll bring up some guy that she dated. She threw ice at him. She was a bad person. She went to H.A. Goodman's middle school where they drew pentagrams, satanic pentagrams, because of metal music. Who knows what they'll do with Amy Barrett? She listened to Judas Priest when she was younger. She listened to who else? 2 Live Crew. Her yearbook photo shows her. Who knows? Who knows what they'll do? She listened to Alice Cooper. She listened to Dio. She listened to who's that one band? Venom. She listened to Venom. We know now that she's not fit for the Supreme Court. So she had a beer. She listened to Oingo Boingo. I saw Oingo Boingo in concert. If you could believe that. And she's just a bad person in every way. She will ruin this country. And that's going to be really bad optics for Democrats. They're going to go after a woman. They're going to try to destroy a woman. They're going to just try and destroy a woman. And they're going to look really bad doing it. Trump represents the interventionist foreign policy. Is the antithesis of the interventionist foreign policy. He speaks his mind. %70 of the reason they hate him is because they hate his personality. He's his own media. So, I mean, he represents the antithesis of democratic politics, primarily interventionist foreign policy. People like Max Boot and the identity politics on the left. He also speaks his mind, and 70% of the reason they hate him is his personality. So, you know, Ronda, Iowa girl. There was also already a website. Yep. I just think that they really have no. There's no way to. Amy Barrett will. Amy Barrett will represent, because when Amy Barrett gets, they'll have about 54 to 56 senators. Sorry, they'll have 54 to 58 senators, and they'll still will have lost the House. So they'll really be in deep doo-doo. Huge doo-doo. So it'll be kind of amusing. Like everything that they have worked so hard, and it'll all be Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, because, I mean, they're campaigning now. So, but ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you so very much to my super chat. Thank you so much. I will see you a little later on. Check out my live streams. I mean, my uploads. Dianne Feinstein is straight out of a horror movie. Wouldn't be locked in the room with her. Ever look in her eyes, don't stare. A sweet little old lady. Sribs, thank you. Yeah, Feinstein is like, and notice how she got indignant also. She got indignant when she was, John Cornyn said, "Oh, did you leak it?" She's like, "I didn't leak it." Being indignant is a natural reaction when you're innocent of something, or when you're likely lying, or, don't know what's going on, like Feinstein. Thank you, Sribs. Thank you. God bless everyone. I'll see you very soon. Check out my latest uploads, the two before this one. Thank you.